Hello everyone, and welcome to the 22nd episode of my Ask Cray R series. And before we get started with this one, I must say, looking at my comment over here, it seems that we have a variety of users in here, meaning that, yeah, there's still about a good 13, 14 questions here, but looking at this list, there's a lot of users. In other words, there's like 11 of you in here, which is a great variety. If every other episode is done just like this, I would love it. But anyways, let's get started with the questions. The first question goes from Tai He, and he asked, what's your thoughts on WB not merging with Paramount? I honestly don't know about that really. I mean, they are two separate companies, Warner Brothers and Paramount, obviously. I think it's for the better. I mean, what would they do if they merged? Like, are they going to make a channel where they show both Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network shows? I don't know, but yeah, I would just say it's good. Next question goes from Randallton Brewster, and he asked, 1. Thoughts on We Bare Bears and We Baby Bears? 2. Thoughts on Patty the Pelican? 3. Do you have an interest in international TV and community videos? And 4. Thoughts on the Big Cartoony Show? 1. I'm not a fan of either. I'm sorry. I mean, I tried watching some episodes of We Bare Bears, and I just didn't have any interest in it. As for We Baby Bears, I'm just not a fan of it either. I mean, I haven't seen much. I've seen a few clips of it, and my opinion still stands. I'm not a fan of it either. 2. I never even heard of Patty the Pelican. 3. Not really. Not like how other cartoon fans are. For me, no. And 4, I never even heard of that. Next question goes from Letitia Seja P3J, and he asked, 1. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse or Keenan and Kel? 2. The Fairly Odd Parents or Rocket Power? 3. Would you rather go to Knott's Berry Farm or Disneyland? 4. Higglytown Heroes or the Thomas and Friends Classic, or Classic Thomas and Friends, basically. 5. Yin Yang Yo or the Wild Thornberries? 6. Did you know Max Keaton Big Movie has Josh Peck? And 7. Do you think Hey Arnold or the Wild Thornberries are dope shows? Because they need to bring back to T-Nick or Nicktoons. 1. Keenan and Kel by a long shot. 2. The Fairly Odd Parents. 3. I don't know, both of those places seem fun. I know many people love Disneyland, but for me, I would say Knott's Berry Farm since they have better rides. 4. Thomas and Friends. No question. 5. I'll say the Wild Thornberries. 6. Actually, no. But I do know he was in that Creek movie. What is it called? Mean Creek. That's what it is. Yeah. And 7. I think Hey Arnold is okay. It's decent. The Wild Thornberries is but it is a Nickelodeon classic. They do have Hey Arnold by the time I'm making this video right now, though I did hear they might get rid of it, so I don't know. I hope they don't. Maybe they'll move it to Nicktoons, but we'll see. But yeah, they need to bring back the Wild Thornberries. That show is a classic. Next question goes from the Wubsy fan, or Wubsy the Coolest Gerbil. And he asked, 1. What if Wubsy and Yin Yang Yo had a crossover? 2. Scooby-Doo or Dora the Explorer, which is better? 3. Squidward, Sandy, and Mr. Krabs, or Benny, Issa, and Tico, which trio is better? 4. Even though the show Wow Wow Wubsy is turning 20 next year, do you think it won't be turning 80 or 70 no time soon? And 5. What franchise is more underrated in your opinion, Scooby-Doo or Clifford? 1. Personally, I don't care because I don't like either shows, but since I'm a sucker for crossovers just like Do Not 1999, I think it'd be nice. 2. Scooby-Doo for sure. 3. Okay, I don't like either shows, but let's just go with the SpongeBob ones. But seriously, you should have replaced Squidward, Sandy, and Mr. Krabs with Ed, Double D, and Eddie. Then I would have chosen that, guaranteed. But, yeah. 4. I don't think that even makes any sense. So it premiered on Noggin or Nick Jr. in 2006. Next year is 2026. It's going to be turning 20. So, of course it'll be turning 80 or 70. Let's see. In 2076, it'll be turning 70, and then in 2086, it'll be turning 80. So, yeah, I'm sorry, man. That question makes no sense. And 5. Scooby-Doo, again. Next question goes from Bubba's World. And he asked, 1. Do you think Ben 10 is overrated? 2. What's your favorite CN show besides... Oh, wait, we gotta come back to that later. 3. What's your thoughts on Darkwing Duck? 1. Not really, per se. I mean, to me, I think Ben 10 is an okay show, but it's not, one of the very best shows on Cartoon Network. So, no. 2. Oh, that's easy. My favorite CN show is Ed, Edd... Oh, wait a minute. Besides regular show, Ed, Edd n Eddy, and Courage the Cowardly Dog. Oh, my. Well, I don't want to say Looney Tunes or Tom and Jerry because those aren't CN-based shows, Cartoon Network-based shows. And I would say Apple and Onion, but I don't think it's in my top 5. I guess it could be I guess it could be number 5, but you didn't say original CN shows. So, personally, aside from those 3, another one of my personal faves is Baby Looney Tunes. Baby Looney Tunes. Because it was my childhood. Why not? And 3, I'm not a fan of Darkwing Duck. Alright? I'm not a fan of it. So, I'll just say I don't like it. But, the show is basically a comedy and episodic version of Ben 10 and Teen Titans. Popular actors of the show includes Christine Cavanaugh, who also did Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory, Jim Cummings, actor I'm not familiar with, Frank Welker, who was in Scooby-Doo, Jimmy Neutron, and all that, Rob Paulson, who's also in Jimmy Neutron and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and a person named Tino Insana. Yeah. I guess for that alone, for the actors alone, I like them for that, but at the same time, I still don't like Darkwing Duck. So let's put it that way. More questions go from Tai He, and he asked, 1. What's your opinion on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? 2. What's your favorite Peanut specials? 3. What's your thoughts on Disney Junior losing the rights to Spookly the Square Pumpkin? 4. What's your opinion on the Hub? 5. Which is better, the Partridge Family or the Brady Bunch? And 6. What's your favorite Rugrats characters? 1. I'm not a fan of TMNT, in my opinion. 2. Personally, I would just say the Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas specials. I watch them every single year in October, November, and December, respectively. And they still hold up so many years later. Such classics, man. Though, I remember watching some, standard Peanuts episodes, like the Bully one and the, how can I say this in a YouTube appropriate way? Linus Girl special? Yeah. Yeah. I remember watching those, but I'm not really a fan of those anymore. They just don't really... They're just not Charlie Brown, if you know what I mean. They're not, they don't have that Peanuts feel to it, in my opinion. 3. I could care less about that, mainly because I've never really seen Spookly the Square Pumpkin, but I have heard of it. 4. The Hub is cool, though it's kind of a shame it only lasted for 4 years, and then Discovery Family came in and took over and just replaced it. So yeah, the Hub is nice. Yeah, it's classic. 5. The Brady Bunch, but mainly because I've never seen or heard of the Partridge Family. And the Brady Bunch is classic, definitely one of my favorites. And 6, I guess just the main characters like Tommy, Chucky, Angelica. Well, not Angelica, nah. Susie, the twin characters. I'm blanking on their names, and then the parents. But Rugrats, in my opinion, isn't that good of a show. I think I mentioned that in a previous episode. Next question goes from Blue WD Network 98. Yeah, I actually keep screwing up on that name because I now found out that Blue WD is a singer wait, it's a song actually. But yeah, whatever. Anyways, he asked, 1, who is better? Who is better? Kanga and Roo from Winnie the Pooh or Chameleon from Tough Puppy? 2, what are your thoughts on My Gym Partner's a Monkey coming back to air on American television, being added and now airing on Discovery Family on the weekends? 3, do you hope that Blue's Clues gets all the recognition it deserves on its 30th anniversary next year? 4, who is better, Squeaks the Mouse from Nature Cat or Gang Green Gang from the Powerpuff Girls? And 5, why are you so obsessed with Two Broke Girls and want Two Broke Girls to return to American television on a cable channel, just as My Gym Partner's a Monkey did or like? And you don't hate it. All right. 1. Let's say the Chameleon, because he's a cool guy. Plus, I'm not a fan of Winnie the Pooh. 2, I already mentioned this in the video, but I think it's freaking dope, even though I'm not a fan of My Gym Partner's a Monkey. But seeing a forgotten classic Cartoon Network show return in modern television, and even on a different channel, mind you, I think that's freaking dope on its own. 3, for freaking sure, like, I've mentioned this many, many times on my channel, I think, and in real life, but Blue's Clues is one of the best and classic kid shows of all time, like back in the 90s, and pretty much all of us adults that grew up in the 90s and seen Blue's Clues, we remember it, and I think some of us still watch it to this day. Like, I still watch it, and I was born in around 2002, and of course I've heard of it and I've seen it, and I freaking loved it. And even to this very day, I still like it. It's just classic, man. Steve and his dog, finding clues, singing about the mail. Oh my god, man, classic. So yes, for sure, it deserves recognition. Even the like newer generation that's never seen Blue's Clues, their adults can just show it to them and they can like it too. Like, yeah. That's why I say next September, Nickelodeon should just give the show respect and air it on Nick Jr. or Nickelodeon for like a month. Air it for like 2 hours a day. Maybe like try to air all the episodes. That'd be cool. Just do it for that 1 month, Nick, please. These kids really need to get into the show and just know about it. It's just so good. So yeah, for sure. 4. How about the Gangrene characters? The Gangrene gang from the Powerpuff Girls, because I'm not a fan of Nature Cat. I don't like it. And 5, I'm not obsessed with Two Broke Girls. I like it, but I'm not obsessed with it like how I am with Thomas, Ed, Nettie, and Blue's Clues. But it is a good show, and I definitely want it to come back to TV. Like, it doesn't deserve to be forgotten. It doesn't. Like, of course, that's not the best sitcom in the world ever, in my opinion. There's other good ones too, like Drake and Josh, iCarly, Victorious. Surprised I said that. Yeah. Keenan and Kel, etc. Well, I'm actually glad you don't hate it. Like, yeah. It really needs to come back to like Nick at Night or TBS or something. Next question goes from Cameron, the rap music fan, 2007. Cool. And he asked, well, technically 1, how do you feel about Nickelodeon shows getting removed from YTV and Treehouse TV? And 2, Did you hear Nickelodeon, Disney XD, and Disney Junior got shut down in Canada? 1. Yeah, I would say I'm sad about that. That sucks. And 2, just like with question 1, I think it sucks too. Like, poor Canada, they lost Nickelodeon, Disney, certain Disney channels. Well, just Disney XD and Disney Junior. And then us in the US, we still have it. Like, I don't really understand that. Like, in the US, the schedules are just sucking and they're still around. But in other countries, I'm pretty sure the schedules are better, but yet they're getting shut down. So what? So what? Good schedules don't really apply to modern day anymore? That's idiotic. And what makes it even more idiotic is the fact that other channels like Cartoon Network, Boomerang, Game Show Network, and channels like that, they actually have variety, and I believe they're not shut down. So, I just don't understand right now. It makes no sense. So bottom line, yeah, it's sad. Next question goes from Jean Pablo Lemmy Archives 8061. I can't really read that or pronounce it. So I'll just say Jean Pablo. And he asked, 1. Which character is voiced by Jake Beal is the worst? DW, Daniel Tiger, or Mike the Knight? 2. Which is better, Jimmy Neutron or the Fairly Odd Parents? And 3. Opinion on the wonderfully weird world of Gumball. Fan-made episode, The Basics. The fan-made episode, The Basics. 1. That's actually a tough one since I hate all of them. But I'll say Mike the Knight because his lessons on kids, if you know what I mean, it's just harsh. So yeah, I'll say he's the worst from that, even though DW is a big spoiled brat and Daniel Tiger is annoying. 2. Oh, that's a tough one. I'll go ahead and say the Fairly Odd Parents. Why not? Especially from the older episodes. But if we're talking the later seasons only, then I would say Jimmy Neutron. But let's just say the Fairly Odd Parents since I love the 2D. But Jimmy Neutron CG animation's not bad. And 3, I never seen that. Plus, I'm not a fan of Gumball, so I probably won't. Next question goes from JB Films 115, and he asked, 1. What's your opinion on Beyblade X? 2. What's your opinion on Poppycat? 3. What's your least favorite show from Disney XD? 4. What are your thoughts on Nicktoons showing the old Nickelodeon split screen credits? 5. What are your thoughts on FXX? 6. Do you think that Adventure Time is overrated? And 7. What's your opinion on Digby Dragon? 1. I've heard of Beyblade, and I think it's kind of cool with the whole spinners and stuff, but I'm not a fan of Beyblade, so I'd say I don't like it. 2. I believe that's a repeat, but I'm not a fan of Poppycat. I mean, the animation style's okay, but I just don't really like the show. 3. That's tough. Now, I don't want to say Gravity Falls because I know people will get on me and be like, oh, you don't like Gravity Falls? How dare you? It's like, guys, it's my opinion. Come on. Oh, I know my personal least favorite. Pickle and Peanut. That show is just... Now, Gordon, James, and Henry, take it away. Disgraceful, said Gordon. Disgusting, put in James. Despicable, finished Henry. 4. Wow. I think it's weird, especially considering the fact that they're still doing that in 2025, despite the many rebrands they had. Like, I've seen that many times before with the SpongeBob movie showing on there, but I never actually properly catch it on TV, much like with the technical difficulties thing they had last year. So I would just say it's weird, for sure. But it's still cool seeing that in modern day, on TV, even if it's just an error. 5. FXX is a cool channel. They don't have a lot of variety, but they do have some shows that air, so yeah, it's okay. I mostly tune into all the Bob's Burgers episodes, so yeah, cool channel. And of course I do kind of like The Simpsons as well, but yeah, that's all I'll basically tune into. 6. Well, coming out from someone that doesn't even like Adventure Time, yeah, I would say it is overrated. And 7. I never even, well, actually I have heard of Digby Dragon, but I haven't seen it. I haven't really seen it, so I'm not a fan. Next question is from Adam Cartoons? Okay. Anyways, he asked, thoughts on me? Now, I know I have answered this question before, but in another episode, a previous episode, but since it's Adam himself that asked it, I'll go ahead and answer again. So, Adam, I think you're okay. Even though, and although, I didn't like that stream you made with Bad Blood Misfit or Killer Cyberslayer and 2 other guys. Like, that stream was extremely insulting and hurtful. And especially considering the fact that you included Bubba's World's video in it, and I believe you made fun of it. Well, obviously you made fun of it with those other 3 guys. I bet you were like, yeah, that guy ranted on Josh Randerwolf. What a loser, yeah. No. I kind of wish that stream was deleted, but I highly doubt it. I bet it's on Bad Blood Misfit's channel, and he's probably not going to get rid of it. Though, speaking of him, I heard he was going through changes. In other words, he did apologize to the Sin Factor, Mr. Xentix, and Bubba's World, and he's not even, like, bothering them anymore. So, in a way, he could change, but I'll know for sure if once he apologizes to me and Dylan Thomas, in which I highly doubt he will, because he barely comments on my channel, but yeah. Bottom line, yeah, despite you doing that, I do think you're cool, you're fine, you're okay in my book, but yeah, I didn't like how you just went behind our backs and just made a stream with those guys. Like seeing a good guy make a stream with 3 bad guys, it's just kind of weird, honestly. So, yeah, you're fine. Okay, I don't want to say that. Anyways, next question goes from Cash the YouTube Guy 9807. And he asked, 1. If you're still alive in the 2200s, what would you do? 2. Would you work at a tire place if you had the chance to? 3. Which is better, Oswald or Octonauts? 4. What's your opinion on Mama Mirabelle's home movies? 5. Have you ever heard of a person named Montana, and what's your opinion on that name? 6. What are you wanting to dress up as this Halloween? And 7. Have you ever taken any math classes in school, and what's your opinion on the subject? 1. Well, I know in real life I wouldn't be around that time. I think I'd be gone around the 2100s, but I guess I would just live life like how I am right now, and of course, just do what I did back when I was a kid, baby, teenager, and of course, adult ages as I am right now. But I doubt it, because no one can be reborn around those times. Yeah. 2. I'm not a big fan of tires, or the like car repairmans or something like that, or mechanics. Of course, I could do it for experience, but I don't want to be a mechanic when I grow up, so if I had the chance, well, maybe, but I'm gonna say no to this one. 3. You're gonna be surprised, but I'm gonna say Oswald, because Octonauts is not a good show in my opinion. I think it's weird. Yeah, it's a little weird. It's actually very weird, honestly. The animation's pretty bad. 4. I never heard of Mama's Mirabelle home movies. Well, home movies, that show on Adult Swim I've heard of, but not Mama Mirabelle. 5. Well, I mean, if we're talking about Hannah Montana, then yeah, I've heard of her, but aside from her, no, I haven't. Montana's not a bad name, too. I mean, it's okay. It's kind of cute. Not really, but still. 6. Just like I'm gonna dress up just like how I did last year as Steve Burns from Blue's Clues. Definitely. And 7. Yes, I have. And I think math is pretty cool. Like, it's fun. Not as fun as science, but it is a good subject. Definitely. And it's definitely needed later on if you want to get a job as a cashier. And the last question goes from Reen Justinillo 3087. And he asked, 1. What are your thoughts on Skydance Paramount buying Warner Brothers Discovery? 2. Do you think the Sima Zargami era, 2010s era, of Nickelodeon is overrated? 3. Which is better? A la Moana, yeah, of Hawaii or Mall of America of the mainland USA? 4. Which is better? Asian country, China, Japan, or the Philippines? And 5, your opinion on the closing down of some, not all, international Nickelodeon channels. Nick Canada already shut down. Nick Brazil is closing down sooner. Oh boy. Okay, number 1. Well, just like what Tai-Hee said earlier, I don't think they're gonna do that. So my answer still stands with that. Go back to the beginning of the video and then you'll understand. You'll understand my answer on that. 2. I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, compared to Brian Robbins and whoever the frick the newer president here of Nickelodeon is, probably not David Ellison. I know the scheduler is John Flannery, but still. Yeah, that's a lot worse. The 2010s era, it wasn't even that bad. So yeah, I think it's getting too overhated, much like with the Stuart Snyder era of Cartoon Network. Guys, this era is not bad. You still had variety. Sure, SpongeBob was still being spammed, but you had other shows. So what's the whole complaining about? I don't get it. 3. I guess the America one. I don't know. I mean, don't really understand this one, so let's just say the USA one. 4. I guess the Philippines. I mean, Joshua Dela Cruz is from there, and the Philippines is kind of a cool area. That's where Howie Mandel met the Filipino host of Deal or No Deal from there. So let's say the Philippines. Why not? And 5. I think it sucks, for sure. Because of another answer I said earlier in this video. But that's not it, guys, because Reen Justinillo has another question here. Bonus question. What classic era CN shows besides Ben 10, 2005, and currently Scooby-Doo, due to Scooptober, should Cartoon Network bring back on any random time slot? Well, that answer's pretty simple. I'm going to say Ed, Edd n Eddy for sure. But since it was on Checkered Past on Adult Swim for a long time now, or was for about a couple years, once it's like out of that Adult Swim type area, if you know what I mean, once they actually can put it back on Cartoon Network, or Boomerang for that matter, no, it's Cartoon Network. Once they could, like maybe sometime next year or something, they should easily put that on, like, what? Kids get out of school. So how about like 3 o'clock or 3:30? Or better yet, just replace that Gumball hour at 3 o'clock with it. That would be a great decision. Okay. I really want to make sure about this. Okay, so that's all the questions. Thank you guys for watching this episode. And I don't have much else to say, but prepare for, stay tuned for the next episode coming up soon after this one, of course. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, please like, subscribe, and yeah, comment. And yeah, have a good day, guys. Goodbye.